Which MVP candidate will bounce back in week 2? Right now, at KJM Max on Twitter, Aaron Rodgers leads, no surprise, 53.9% of the vote. He's playing the Lions at home, followed by Josh Allen with 24.9, Derrick Henry with 14.3, and Lamar Jackson, 6.8.
That's probably
against the Chiefs, right?
I feel like Lamar's going to have a big game.
That's probably about right in terms of the order. I don't know about the percentages and all that, but in terms of the order, that's probably right.
I'm moving Lamar up. Lamar showed flashes week 1 that were outstanding.
So if their secondary's having issues, what do you think Patrick Mahomes is going to do that secondary?
Oh,
so if
I'm not saying they win the game. I'm talking about their performance.
I'm just saying, though, if Lamar Jackson has to play from behind and you feel the need to make up a lot of ground, that could put him in the same situation we saw him in last game.
And it depends. Like Josh Allen is at number 2 at 24% or whatever it is, and they play Miami in Miami. The last time he played Miami last year, the first game of the year, he
tore them up.
Lit them up, but they played a lot of man-to-man coverage.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that necessarily against New England. They probably mixed things up like Pittsburgh did. Pittsburgh didn't play a whole lot of man. They played a lot of zone. Maybe they mix it up and get out of what they normally would do, which Miami wants to play man-to-man. That's why they paid their corners the type of money they paid them. I can see where he may have a little bit of a bounce back. It's going to be tough for me to see Derrick Henry against that Seattle defense in Seattle bouncing back at a level that makes you go, okay, he's an MVP candidate.
Especially they're going to be playing from behind. You got to figure what Russell Wilson's about to do to those guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Carson to have a big game because they're going to have such a lead. They're just going to start running the ball at a certain point, right? You have to imagine based on what you saw week 1. Listen to Lamar Jackson, guys, at the presser yesterday. On Wednesday. On his own. Now, let me just set this up for a second. Lamar Jackson has to do 2 things. 2 things. He's got to win in the playoffs. He got that monkey off his back last year. Every year does a little better in the playoffs. And you got to beat the Chiefs if you're in the AFC.
It's not him versus Mahomes. It's the creation of fan base and the media. He's got to do what he's got to do. He's not playing defense, and neither is Mahomes. What he has to do is put points on the board for his team, engineer drives, capped off by touchdowns and field goals. That's what he has to do.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the stupid sports pundit point of view, okay? That's me. I'm that guy right now. I think Mahomes does play defense. I think so does Lamar Jackson in a bigger sense. And I'll say it like this. Why does it feel like the other team always screws up when they play Tom Brady? Or nowadays when they play Patrick Mahomes, right? Doesn't it feel like, the punter couldn't hold on to the ball? Something like that always happens. My theory is this. When you look and you see Patrick Mahomes is on your team, everyone feels like, doesn't matter, we can still win this game. And when the other team sees Patrick Mahomes is on your team, they got the same thought. Lamar Jackson has the kind of talent to eventually maybe be one of those guys. And he showed it even scrambling and throwing some darts in week 1. He's got to be that kind of player for the Ravens. Oh, they can't win from behind. Why not? Lamar Jackson, he was the most accurate age 21 passer in the history of the NFL. He can't be that guy like Mahomes is. That's what I'm saying, Key. It really does come down to who do you have back there?
But again, who's saying that he can't be that guy?
I'm not. I'm saying he's got to be.
And all he has to do is do what he did against the Raiders and a little bit more, and his teammates around him do their part. He's playing fine. There's nothing wrong with Lamar Jackson. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He just does it different. And I say this all the time, Jay and Max. If Lamar Jackson gives you 25 touchdowns in the air and 15 on the ground.
It's still 40 touchdowns.
It's still 40 touchdowns.
No doubt.
Do the damn math.
This is the kind of stuff that gets me really angry as an ex-athlete, though, kid. It drives me crazy. And I understand that, expectations are a guy like Lamar Jackson has to elevate the status of his team and has to be that Patrick Mahomes. Man, Patrick Mahomes is still throwing to Travis Kelce. He's still throwing.
Lamar didn't even have Rashad Bateman.
Well, Mark Andrews got to come to the party.
He has to wake up. But let's not act like J.K. Dobbins is no longer available. Let's not act like they're not on their 4th running back and Latavius Murray didn't just get picked up. Let's actually put it into context about what he's working with. Now, he put them in a situation where they could have won against the Raiders. It's going to take a superhuman performance every single game, but let's also call it for what it is.
I think that's a great point, actually. Like, to be Patrick Mahomes, to start your career like this, you have to have sick, otherworldly talent.
Yes.
You got to have a crazy work ethic to hone it. You got to be with the right coach and the right teammates, right? That's how you get Patrick Mahomes. But he's got that now. Lamar doesn't have that. That's true. But that's what he's dealing with, and he's going to have to figure out how to beat the Chiefs.
But even if Lamar had that, Lamar is different.
Kind of player.
Different kind of player. It's basketball, Jay. You are a different guard than Magic Johnson. Y'all still play the same position. Y'all still run the floor, but you're not gonna run the floor the same way as Buck did.
Yep.
It's not, but the end results could be the same. But you're smaller, he's bigger, he can go in the post. You're gonna shoot from perimeter predominantly. I mean, that's where it is. Patrick Mahomes does it a certain way. Lamar does it a different way.
Boy, that different way better get a win in here one of these days. That's all I'm saying against Patrick.
But it is about who Magic Johnson played with, right? Like, it is about Magic Johnson and some of the teams that he was on and some of the talent around him, as opposed to me with the Bulls and some of the talent I had around. It makes a world of a difference.
LeBron, when it wasn't happening for him, he's like, okay, if you guys won't at least get me Amari Stoudemire, I'll go link up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Like, he did it himself. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.